Hello and welcome to Jerry's Live! This is our first show of the year. I'm so excited to be back, and we have a fun little challenge for you guys to start out the year well, hopefully.
Yes.
For a good 2024. So we're going to be doing a paint swap challenge.
Very excited.
With our Turner Design Gouache here. Yeah.
Figured we'd have a little fun to start the year off, you know?
Yeah.
So, my name is Emmy Klein, and this is...
Mot Tuman.
Yes, we are the resident artists here at Jerry's Artorama. And so paint swap challenge. We are going to essentially be painting in the Turner Design Gouache, not acrylic gouache, design gouache. So it's a traditional gouache that reactivates once it's dry, whereas like an acrylic gouache does not. So we're both using the exact same palette. We both have the New York Central watercolor block. Although we have the block on our table here, we're not actually using the block. What we are using, same exact paper. I have the hot press, Mot has the cold press, and then we mounted it to a Da Vinci panel, because I know we always have a lot of questions about how somebody can frame or mount their watercolor paper off the block, and this is a really great way. Now, granted, also, it's a newer item now, but our company online, you can actually order this already mounted, ready to go. So it's a customized order, so just remember that it does take a little bit longer for it to actually get filled because they are hand making this for you. But whatever size that you order of the New York Central watercolor paper, you can get all the different finishes. They will mount it to the board for you so it comes just ready to go. Obviously not with a sketch on it.
No raccoon. Pre-made raccoon.
No raccoon sketch on there. That's for you to do. But this is the same exact paper that's going to be on your block if you order it that way. So very excited about that coming up for the year.
Yeah. Right? And before we start, we have to mention that today's class code is JL316. If you want to find any of the supplies that we'll be using tonight, you're going to take that class code and type it into the search bar on jerrysautorama.com. Yes. That's what's going to bring up our teacher's cart where we have all the supplies listed there for you to find.
Oh, yes. So, the whole idea is that we are going to start painting for 10 minutes. The alarm's going to go off. I don't know what sound they decided to choose. I'm sure you heard it. I had to leave the room real fast, so I don't know what's going to go off, but I feel it's going to be very loud. But that's going to go off, and then we're going to have to switch paintings, and then keep going for another 10 minutes, and just keep switching back and forth like that until we get to the end of our show.
Yes.
So,
Emmy's painting raccoon. I got a nice red panda here, yawning, and I believe our moderators have the links to these reference images, and they will link them into chat if you guys want to use them.
So red panda and trash panda. It's a pandemonium kind of night. Amanda, that was for you. Pun. You're welcome.
So bad.
That's the only one I had stored, so any other panda jokes, please type in all your panda jokes.
Starting off the year strong, Emmy.
Yes. All right, so, and yes, if you do have any questions about what we're using or the process of what we're doing actually here, make sure to type that in the chats. Our moderators, Amanda and Frida, on the different channels will ask us live. So, are we ready to officially...
I'm gonna uncover.
Get started, yes.
Uncover a palette here.
We are using the set of 18 Turner Design Gouache.
We got to move that out of the way.
I'm gonna actually get this out of the way, yeah. So we can scooch things together. And we've already squeezed out all the colors onto our Soho Airtight palettes. Okay, and then of course we do also have our lovely Oasis brushes. These are so wonderful. I love these brushes so much.
I'm actually using the Mot's favorite set, which is on our website, which we had specially made for the holiday gift guide show last year. But that's what I'm using for this one.
It felt right, you know. But are we ready to officially start?
Are we good? Ready for alarm to reset?
Yes. Ready to rock and roll. Okay. So, thumbs up that it started.
Let us know when.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we're both starting off with just a sketch. I use the non-photo blue pencil. I'm trying to think of like how I'm gonna start this.
I'm gonna start by going into like a watercolor kind of mode, similar to what you're doing. So I'm just making some nice washes here, and I'm gonna start laying down colors that I think I'm starting to see on the underlayer of this. So I'm seeing like a more warm yellowish tone on this side of the image, but like a cool bluish tone on this side. So I'm gonna try to make some really quick light washes that I can start building that in.
I'm gonna not work that way. I'm going to, actually, I made a really nice dark purple wash. I'm gonna just coat the whole thing just to kind of give myself a tone to work off of. And this, yes, my blue pencil is showing up. It's still pretty light, but hopefully you guys can see the pencil, yeah, still through the actual wash. Sorry, I'm just gonna slap this on just to kind of get it on there. Now, what we didn't think about is a hair dryer. So I might just have to wave this around my head wildly.
We'll just have to work fast and hope it dries in time.
Wet and wet, I guess.
Yeah, lots of wet and wet.
I did not mix enough of this.
I believe I'm gonna try to start working like similar to a watercolor approach to start out, where I'm kind of, there was a little bit of purple in there that I was not expecting. Where I'm starting out preserving my whites. And so just kind of painting around my whites, keeping things light to start out with, and then I'm gonna get dark again, and then I'm probably at the end gonna go back to painting light, like with my bright highlights going in, since gouache can work both as washes like watercolor, but also opaquely like an acrylic can.
Yes. So I'm going to, this isn't very, very wet, so it should dry relatively quickly. Your phone. Your phone's just saying, okay. Yes, that was creepy. And
Listening to us.
apparently we are now listening, or we have robots as viewers as well. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to join the Facebook Live group. No
If you are a
robots allowed.
robot, no.
We'll talk more about that at the end of the show. But yeah, so this isn't too wet. It's a very, very light wash. There's just a little bit over here that's still wet, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm mostly gonna be working in my little trash panda's face. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay in my darks first, just to kind of establish where they are. And for me, I want a lot of layers, a lot of different layers. And again, it doesn't matter because we're gonna have to switch at some point in time.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to work really, really fast. I'm trying to get like a nice
Blue.
quick background in here. And I'm gonna keep it like in my reference image, it's pretty blurred out, the background. So I'm just gonna throw something in and probably work wet and wet. Maybe to add a little bit of detail of like leaves and stuff that you can't quite see. They're gonna be kind of fuzzed out. And I'm gonna try to keep this side of it like a warm green because the light's kind of coming from this side. And then maybe I'll work a bit of a cooler green down here where my shadows are.
Did I not? I don't know if I painted or sketched in where his little dark ear is. Hopefully I can see this later.
Hopefully I can see that later.
That's true, you have to paint this.
Don't screw me over, Emmy.
No. Or should I?
Hey man, this is a collaboration.
It's true,
This is
that's
a
true.
dual effort.
It's true. I should make it easier.
I got like almost a viridian mixing with my yellow ochre here.
Nice.
Try and get like a nice deep, cool green. It's just like an easy, fun episode to try and start out the year with. Get things rolling. I don't know why I'm painting like this with my hand near my face.
Mot's been ready to fight today.
I've had a lot of energy, that's all. I've had a lot of energy.
It's okay. It's valid. You're allowed.
I hate, like, I remember the first time we did this. This was actually, the first time we did this. Yeah, the first time we did this paint swap challenge was actually my first show here on Jerry's Artorama, Jerry's Live. And it felt like 10 minutes was going by super fast, but now it feels like it's going really, really slow.
It does. Not gonna feel like that later on.
No.
Of course.
I like this. I had a little bit of
just
bleeding
paint?
here.
I think I just painted the wrong thing. Oh well.
I had a little bit of bleeding here where my blue, really light blue wash that I had put in is like mixing a bit with the background, and I really like that. I like that fuzziness around its hair, so maybe I'll even go in with a little bit of water and like hit the edges in a few different places so that I get that nice fuzziness and like a, you know, a change in the textures between like these hard lines that I have going and like some soft edges around the edge of this guy. And I just splattered some green down there, so I'm gonna dab it up real fast.
So I guess the question is, when we switch, are we gonna keep the ways that we're like approaching this, or are we going to change according to what has already been done?
I'd probably go start doing what you're doing by you're going dark to light.
So I guess like, I don't really have an option.
No, the lights are gone. It's too late to go back.
I mean, it's gouache. You can go back.
Yeah, but you're still working dark to light. You
true.
can't work light to dark anymore.
I guess that's true.
I want like a nice purple for this guy's belly. Ooh, yeah. A really dark purple.
Purple bellies. All right. I am merely just same kind of purple. I'm just scratching it in here right now, just to kind of give myself an establishing like where things are. I know his little hands are so dark too, but I'm just gonna also block that in. Just a couple of highlights, because yeah, that's the beauty of gouache, is that I like that it can go either way, light to dark, dark to light. You don't like something, you can paint completely over it and it's very opaque. But I typically do work real thin like this when I start my pieces. I just find that it kind of helps me establish where things are. And then once I'm a little bit more confident in the location of things, I can start really laying down those dark tones.
Yeah.
Also, I think in the reference image that I'm using, I think there was food in its mouth. I'm taking that out just because it looks like a little bizarre.
He had a little bit of crumbs in his
Just
little
a little.
his little raccoon mustache.
Just a little snack for later.
I'm really working very wet and wet right now and just trying to get like fields of color down, not really worrying about details yet. I think I gotta get the little edge right here where he has it's a red panda, so his red fur is really starting to peek in right there. I know we're forgetting the word panda here. So I'm gonna try to get some of that
All I can think of
orangey red.
is that, I think it's like the Secret Life of Pets, the little bunny that's like, panda, 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 panda. It's a rap song on a children's movie, don't judge me.
Actually, have not seen that one.
It's so good. It's the one where the, what was that? The fancy poodle listens to death metal while the human walks away.
Aww.
So good.
Does anyone in the chat have any like good like New Year's resolutions about their painting goals or anything like that? Because I'm actually curious about that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a New Year's resolution because I typically don't. But sometimes I think like art challenges or things like that or goals around your art can be really inspiring.
True. Very, very true. I don't know. I feel like for me, I definitely am like the worst at like trying to figure out a New Year's resolution.
Yeah. I just don't really
Or
commit to
even,
them.
yeah, that too. I always feel a little guilty by not committing to them. And I'm like, well, if it was really important, then I would be doing it already, right? And I'm like, well, if I made the commitment to actually do the New Year's resolution, I don't know. I'm the world's worst at that. But if you guys have any New Year's resolutions that you're excited about,
Yes.
I feel like that would be wonderful to share.
Not all of us are so disciplined to meet.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I definitely don't ever need that.
I legit forgot we were
knew.
swapping.
I knew it was going to be loud and obnoxious.
Also, I just panicked because my phone made noise. Even though it's supposed to make noise.
I forgot we were swapping. I was like in the zone.
Man, I like my little purple trash panda. Oh yeah, I also
Oh
need
yes, give me your reference image. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dear.
definitely was not ready for swapping. Okay.
Alright, ready?
No.
No.
Okay.
What am I doing? Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
Come on.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hyperventilate.
Okay.
I swear 10 minutes really
This is
felt so
becoming a
fast.
rainbow panda.
So fast.
Look at how cute he is.
You gotta start out colorful and then,
Yeah.
I like to start out really colorful and then kind of dull it down as I go.
I like it.
Make it more realistic. It has that
gotta
colorful
paint.
undertone. I know, I'm working on it. I'm thinking.
You're thinking about your rainbow panda.
I am thinking about my rainbow panda. I miss him.
It's mine now.
I think I'm just gonna start throwing in some fur. Some of all this wispy fur that this guy's got going on. And it's kind of like a yellow ochre, really pale yellow ochre color, which will contrast really nicely with the purple.
Which is ironic because usually I'm the one that works really, really, really bright. Like this. This is usually me.
Yeah.
And that's usually you, where you're very like desaturated and
Well-
subdued.
Like I said, it's like I start out bright and then I subdue it as I go and make it more moody. Because a lot of the stuff I do is super moody. At least I've noticed recently.
Is that a New Year's resolution?
To be moody?
Or be less moody?
No. Never.
Not with painting, not with actual mood. That's
It's what I like about my style, honestly, is how moody it is.
I like it too. I think it's fabulous.
I got a
It's a
color
vibe.
scheme, Kay. I love my Payne's gray.
It's very much an Amanda color too.
It's so funny because even before I got this job, I was painting a lot, but not nearly as much as I am now. And now that I've been here for like a year and been painting a lot and looking at my artwork, I'm starting to realize that I gravitate towards certain colors like Payne's gray. And yeah, my color palette is very moody. It's just how it is.
Yep. It usually happens when you like get all of your work together in one spot. I love when that happens.
Yeah. Look at everything
Oh yeah.
together. And then I know what colors I need to buy and what I'm using most.
See me, I have what I would like to call like paint ADHD, where I just like I need all of it because I jump from one to the other, and then this is how I paint. Like I'm just like, ooh, but this, but then like I come over here and I'm like, but over here is also the, yeah, and I will jump around all over different supplies and different colors, and I don't know, it changes so much.
Yeah, I think mine has stayed the same over the years. I got a formula now that I like. That I'm growing into, I guess.
I reject all art formulas.
I like my formula. I got a little bit of bleeding in his forehead here, so I gotta take that out.
You're making my panda, my little trash
Okay.
panda, bleed.
This is our trash panda,
That's true.
and it's the paint that's bleeding, not the panda.
Diane says she doesn't mean to brag or anything, but she hasn't bought any art supplies yet this year.
I actually have already. I
That's
can't
not
even
surprising.
say I haven't. I can't even say I haven't.
I have wanted to, but I have not, merely for the fact that I am moving right now, and every time I'm like, but I can just get, and I'm like, no, I have to move it. I don't,
I'm gonna have to move soon, but I'm not thinking about that right now.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking, ooh, pretty paints.
exactly. Which is dangerous.
Shh, no, it's the safest thing ever. It's so safe.
Alright.
I really just went straight in and started putting details into this. Even though there's a lot more like layering that probably needs to be done with this purple color.
Yeah, I'm popping up the color in yours even more.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did you want magenta?
Yeah.
It's a combination of magenta and red, and I think I even just dumped a little bit of purple in there, so they got a little variation going from one pile to the next. So I'm kind of pulling a little bit of everything.
Okay, I got this green out here. I'm gonna try to start carving in the background a little bit.
All right, so I know you have like whiskers and stuff, but like kind of I'm going to ignore those.
Could you ignore my whiskers?
You can paint them on top.
I know.
And I do not have the patience to paint around whiskers. Does anybody else have that problem?
Actually, you know what I'm doing right here is I've got this, like, I painted in the side of this raccoon has this very bright pop of white fur right here, and I painted it in, but I'm kind of also painting around it very loosely so it gets that purple edge still peeking through, And I kind of like that effect.
That's cute.
So I'm not worried about painting around it perfectly, but still getting like that kind of fuzziness in.
All right. Trying to. Which also, do we have any questions so far on any of anything? Any New Year's resolutions coming up?
We did wonder, and I think I answered it, but just want to hear you guys too. Did you sketch with pencil for both, or?
No.
I believe Emmy used a photo blue pencil.
Non-photo blue pencil.
Non-photo blue
I actually
pencil.
did forget to add this to the teacher's cart because I was going to use a pencil, and then I just decided to go blue last second. So, yes, Amanda's going to add that to the teacher's cart real quick. Sorry, painting and like talking. I'm out of the habit, guys.
Gotta get back in.
I know. It's a hard thing to do, talk and paint. Especially when you're being timed. But
Yeah, I just used a regular, I should say regular. I
Regular
used a
old
pencil. Yeah, it was a H,
art pencil.
number H.
A number H.
Yes, a number H. So nothing fancy on my part. You know, 10 minutes feels like a decent amount of time right now.
It does, and then it's going to go off, and then we're like, no.
Nah, we're doing great. Look at this.
We are doing great. Look at us. Yes.
Gotta start off positively.
Yes. Or not. I mean, it's...
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm
it's
kidding. All right. Ooh, I love that blue that you got in there, because, like, it does kind of reflect blue just a little bit in the fur.
Yeah. I like it. It's almost like a purpley kind of tone, even though it's like black fur.
Yeah.
It really has that nice purple coming through.
That is, I will say, the one thing I do like about having your reference image actually physically printed is because your screens are always calibrated to different things depending on, you know, what monitor you're looking at, and it can change so dramatically. If you switch from, like, if you're using an iPad, or then you switch over to your pencil, or your iPhone, or just phone in general. But if you have it printed, like, the colors don't change, but that way you can really see kind of everything as it is with the different shades and everything. I don't know, I just really enjoy painting all the different colors that I can see. I think that's really, for me, what brings me joy with painting.
I thought it was a colorful panda right now.
Panda! Again, I have that little rabbit in my head. I don't remember his name.
Oh. I think I'm just gonna start trying to throw in some really quick, like, this fur is super detailed and it's super rough, and I think I'm just trying to throw in like some quick shapes right here that I can then layer lighter colors on top of to try and get that fur texture without getting bogged down in too many details. But I'm just hitting it with like this darker yellow ochre color, and then I think I'll get a lighter, paler yellow up towards the top of his head where the light is coming down. My throat is cracking a little bit, excuse me.
Told you. Painting and talking. Very hard thing to do. Now, I'm trying to save your highlights sort of on the nose. I mean, there's not many like full highlights on the nose. But there's a lot of like little sparkly colors on. Oh my gosh, he's got little... Oh, all of his little teeth? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you paint that.
You let me paint it. Leaving the hard parts.
I mean, this was your reference.
Yeah, but we're
Although-
each working the same amount of time on these.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. No, what am I doing?
I don't know.
It's an excellent question. I think I'm trying to get some of the like cooler tones that are happening in his belly. I mean, they're like warm but dark.
No, you're not.
No, I am not.
You are gonna paint his teeth.
Excellent. Wow, he's very colorful now. Oh,
I
yes.
take that. Thank you. Okay.
Ready? Set? Go.
Rock and roll. Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
Question.
with gouache, do you generally paint where the darker layers, the bottom layers are darker and then go lighter, or do you do the opposite, or can you go in like whatever direction?
You can kind of go in whatever direction you want.
It's the beauty of it.
I really like watercolors as a medium, so I tend to work light to dark. Emmy is working dark to light right now. And sometimes with gouache, I find myself doing a little bit of both, where it's like I'll work light to dark at the beginning, but then near the end I'll start working dark to light again. You can kind of do whatever you like with gouache. That's one of the beautiful things about it.
No, that's the one thing. When it comes to like, if you were to sign up for watercolor shows, and if you want to compete in watercolor shows, a lot of them do not approve of gouache as a medium, or even using white in your artwork, because with watercolor, typically you're going to work and save your highlights, and that's the white of your paper. So where with gouache, if you're popping in the whites like Mot did here, because I took out all of them, they don't allow that. So that's just one of those things that you do need to keep in your head.
Yeah, because a lot of people consider gouache to be essentially an opaque watercolor. And sometimes there are certain watercolors, like white watercolors, that are opaque, and so they essentially act as a gouache, which is why a lot of competitions don't allow them.
I'm gonna pop it. This little guy needs definitely more color.
He does. He's very much not the colorful one of the two.
No. I mean, granted, I did only establish the shadows, but now it's for fun colors. Like, I think it's funny because like it's purple, but like I feel like it's definitely more magenta-y purple. So you can have like a blue purples.
Gosh, you really did leave all this teeth and mouth for me.
100%. That was calculated. Sorry.
I don't think you are sorry.
What's funny is that I know I'm gonna get that again. Like I'm gonna have that painting back in my hands. So like I'm not gonna
of the
fully.
scary kitten.
That thing was horrifying, not because of the teeth, but because of the eyes. They're like staring into your very
much.
soul.
What's funny is that all right. So you say Scary Kitten. In case anybody has not seen Scary Kitten, you
It's
guys
terrifying.
should link that show in the chats below. But
Yeah.
what's funny is for a split second there, I was like, which Scary Kitten? Because there have been several over the past year.
Have there?
Yes, Andrew Cook and I made
Oh, yes!
one in the very last show of 2023.
That kitten was more like a goofy, scary kitten.
Yeah.
The one I drew was just kind of like, I'm going to consume your soul. Is that what broke you?
Sorry, I did not expect that for whatever
Is that the
reason.
India Ink episode?
Yeah, it was the India Ink episode. You guys can see what you mean. You can see the light dying in my eyes as I painted that and was like, what monstrosity have I created?
That's wonderful. So yeah, in case you're new here, welcome to Jerry's Live. This is what we do.
Not all the
Paint
time. You know,
horrifying-
sometimes we're a little more
horrifying things.
educational.
Yeah, that's true. This is merely a fun episode where we have shenanigans. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Starting off the new year strong.
Yes. A lot of I don't know what I'm painting.
I'm teaching this class, but I don't know. I feel that deeply.
Nah. Shenanigans aside, we typically are pretty educational, I would like to think.
Yeah, I would like to hope that I do my job well. Okay, you've got all these really bright colors in here, and I'm doing something you're gonna be disappointed in, which is I'm dulling all of it down.
Sadness. That's okay. I'm popping this one up, so eventually we'll meet in the middle.
So I'm taking in this darker color that I've mixed with a viridian green and a red, and I'm mixed a black with it, and now I'm just going in and trying to get those darker darks put in so I can like define the form a little bit better, and maybe I have to come in and like give him his little happy eyes.
Happy eyes.
He's doing a happy yawn.
Mine is doing a clap clap,
Clap, clap.
which eventually I'll have to write clap clap back in.
Yes. Clapping for the new year.
Or for the snacks.
Yes, the
That's-
snacks that he was eating.
That would be me. All right. I do need more vibrancy here. Okay. There we go.
I think this is good. I think the muzzle is starting to pop a bit more now that I've got this darker color put in a bit.
I need
Try
to
and
work.
hint at this a little bit more. I'm sure time is passing a lot faster than I want it to. And I need to mix a little bit more of this
Always.
black.
I need to do something with these hands.
Yeah, it's kind of like we have limited time, so where do we want to focus the detail is really the question.
Again, I'm just like popping all over the place because I'm like, oh, but this, but this, but ooh, but this. And then I remember we're on limited time and I'm like, oh yeah, what was I working on? Again, it's artistic.
So I know you both went to
PhD.
school for art,
Yes.
but I would say that this is a fun thing that you could do at any level.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yes. Especially if you have a friend who also isn't like a professional artist. Like I feel like
Wait, you
if
have a
I-
couple of friends?
Yeah.
Well, even if you do have a friend, I would love to do this.
Amanda, you want to do this with
Yeah,
me?
get up
Not
here,
on
Amanda,
camera.
right now.
I think it would be really fun.
And now we have a third person joining us.
Increment-
Amanda, get
it
over
would be
here.
Something.
It would be
If I was
pandemonium.
with you.
It would be pandemonium.
It would.
You just trade off
Literally
with
my
him
only
real
pen.
quick.
Stick figures.
Okay, I think I have to do something with this guy's mouth. For Emmy's sake. I did draw all these teeth in. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go straight into like, he has a really pinky color for his tongue and stuff. So I'm gonna just try to go straight in.
I feel like I'm creating just a zombie raccoon right now.
He does have a bit of those zombie colors.
I mean, I added a little sage green because it felt like his fur is moldy, honestly.
Oh,
He got the mold going there, you know.
he's a poor guy. He's
Been
just,
around the block.
he just wants his snack,
He
okay?
does. But he's still happy to see you.
Oh,
But he definitely he's a moldy buddy. All right. I
okay.
need to define. Probably should use a smaller brush for smaller paw areas.
I'm trying to get this shadow of the tongue put in. I'm basically just blocking out the colors of the mouth really quickly, since I know I'm probably not going to have a lot of time to go into details on it. I'm just trying to get the impression of all of these different colors, so that at least there's a somewhat finished piece by the end. Where it looks like he's yawning and doesn't just have a completely blank mouth.
Ah,
Rah!
it's totally fine.
Maybe I'll even hint at, he has a little bit of like his upper lip showing underneath all of this fluffy fur. So I'm just gonna hint at that a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to get my darkest darks that are in the background there put in.
I'm just trying to hint at what is going on with his little paws. Because it can't be a clap raccoon if he's not clapping.
Is the raccoon's name Clap Clap?
You guys tell me, what is this raccoon's name and what is the red panda's name? We need to name them.
Names. I'm pretty sure that really creepy black kitten that I painted had a name at some point too. But I can't remember what it was. You came up with it.
Something Von
Yeah.
Liechtenstein.
or something.
Yeah. I think it started with like a T. I don't remember.
Thomas.
No, it was more
Definitely
regal
was
than
not.
It was
Thomas.
definitely more regal. No, this is, every animal that we paint, I think, on this show ends up with some kind of really silly name. And I love it. Let's be honest, it should.
Yes. It's honestly a requirement.
No! It's mine!
I don't want to trade.
He looks so good.
He's so happy to see
I
you.
know.
Come on.
Ready?
No.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, yes.
3, 2, 1.
We sound so dejected every time. Okay.
I'm just going straight with the same black that I just mixed up, and I'm just gonna start working on all these darks.
Honestly, it'll work.
It'll
We'll
work.
have 2 rainbow
Both our guys are
aminals.
very purpley.
aminals.
We got some purpley guys.
Actually. I need, cause this little buddy has a lot of almost blue going off in the fur. Mm-hmm. So now, usually when I start off with gouache, my first couple layers are real watery. So it's almost like the consistency of like literally water. And then when I start adding in layers, I get thicker and thicker. So now I'm to like more of like a melted butter, or not melted butter consistency, like a little bit thicker than that. So like almost like a cream consistency. And so straight out of the tube, I never usually end up using anything straight out of the tube unless it's like a highlight.
I'm still working kind of watery, mainly because I know I'm going to layer over this. And if you layer gouache too thick, it can crack. Mm-hmm. So since I know I'm going to still have to layer more over this, or Emmy's going to be layering more over this, I'm still kind of keeping it a bit watery.
Yeah.
Just to prepare for the future.
Oh, for sure. That's why, like, it's still not out of the tube consistency. Like, it's still pretty.
Yeah. Out of the tube
Pretty
consistency.
fluid.
Pretty dark.
Yes, it is. So, if you are new to gouache, that is definitely something that is a really good thing to learn, is your consistencies and what they do as far as kind of how they function on the panel here. And that's the other reason why we decided to use these, the watercolor mounted to the actual Da Vinci
panels.
board. Yeah. Because when you're using gouache, since it is an opaque watercolor paper is fantastic for it, but it needs something that's like a rigid surface. So having it already mounted on the panel really helps it structurally maintain kind of every aspect that you need it to. Alright, so popping in these blues.
I feel like I gotta get his little eyes and try to pull out of those little highlights.
With a big brush? You're worse than I am. I do
this, and then I have a
marry
number
your brush.
2. I'm not married to it. I just like it a lot.
It's Mott's favorite. That's
It
actually,
is.
I do have a, let me get it to a nice point. I do have a liner brush that I grabbed just to kind of finish, because I knew what we were painting, and I was like, I want a liner brush so I can really get those whiskers like wispied out at the very end. But if I wasn't swapping back and forth with you on this, that would be like literally the last thing that I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to put a little bit of this color actually.
And part of the reason too I'm still working with a somewhat larger brush is because I know we're on a time limit, and I know I have to work fast, and switching to a smaller brush right now is going to slow me down so much, because I'm going to get bogged down in those tiny little details, even though this painting is not at a place yet where I really should be getting into them. So I can block in those little highlights in the eyes, but I should go over them later with a bit of white so that they pop out, or Emmy might do that later too if she wants.
No highlights, just vibes.
Just vibes.
Just snacks. Just snack vibes. That's it.
You're making me hungry.
I am hungry. Can you guys tell?
It's dinner time.
I think
It
we
is
should give them snack names.
Snack names.
Pretzel.
Reese's.
Oh.
Because all that yellow ochre reminds me of peanut butter.
That's great. Although, did anybody on the chat, did they have any fabulous names?
Yep, Felix and Oscar, and then Happy and Goofy.
Ooh. I like Felix and Oscar.
I feel like Happy and Goofy is for us.
Which one's happy and which one's goofy, huh?
That's
I
a
think
good
it's
question.
interchangeable.
It is
The
interchangeable.
red panda is definitely happy.
Yeah.
Happy
No,
to
this
see
guy's
you.
definitely goofy, yeah.
They were talking about the two of them.
Yep.
Oh, Emmy Mot.
That's the question, though. Which one would be which?
You're goofy.
Didn't take me as long as you were hoping.
No, I knew that was coming immediately. Which is why I pulled that face.
We just call him Flotsam and Jetsam. I'm like, that's not right. That's mean.
Perry and Ralph. That's a fun set of names.
Ooh,
That's
Perry.
Perry.
I always feel like that should be a platypus.
Oh, I wonder why.
I feel like that is very much.
I can't find the cat's name. That's making me mad.
Mm-mm.
You're still looking for the cat's name?
And I can't find it. We'll have to report back with the cat's name.
Or rename the cat.
No, we can't rename him. It's been set in stone, okay? That video was published. We're
That is
done.
valid. Oh, there's so many details in this.
I really did leave the mouth a bit for you.
I know.
I may have petered around a little bit.
I know you did.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be ending on it. Or maybe not. I don't know.
We'll find out. Really.
I think we're making pretty good progress. I think better progress than the first time we did this.
Yeah, I think the last time was just pure,
Yeah, y'all making it a little easier looking this time.
pure chaos.
Honestly, can you struggle a little bit more? It's more fun that way.
I think it helps too because we know how each other paints now and I know what to
it's been-
expect.
yeah, that was the first time. That was, I think, the first time we ever painted together.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So,
So it's kind of like, I feel like I know what Emmy's looking at now when I look at her paintings and like what she's seeing in them.
ditto.
I feel like both of you could have chosen a little more violence than you didn't.
Chose it, what do you mean?
Like, they're so good.
Maybe
Chosen
harder
more
for each other.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh. It's the new year, okay, I'm tired. We're blurry from the holidays.
Yes, 100%. Again, I've been moving, so
Yeah.
could have chosen more violence, but did not have any energy for it.
Nope. You got those holiday sleepies. This guy really is starting to be a bit more colorful.
Oh, happy to see you.
I'm really ignoring all the leaves though right now.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't gonna paint any of the leaves. I was just going to like just hint at them.
They're just there. Okay, I think I gotta like get an in-between between this purpley color and the yellow ochre that I'm making. And a bit brighter to get that like nice light white fur kind of going in.
Yeah, see, I did yellow ochre and whatever was in that corner, and it's kind of toned it down because it's like the blue and the green. And so, well, with white as well, obviously. A lot of white, which you guys can't see that. There you go. So yeah, white and yellow ochre and then whatever kind of mixed in just to tone it down, and that's what kind of is giving me this muddy color. And again, I'm not really painting, I guess, kind of specific shapes. I just kind of, I am paying attention to which direction the fur is going. So like that way I pulled it down where, you know, the fur kind of comes out of the mouth. But like that's more shapes is what I'm looking at than individual hair.
I would like to remind you both that it's 6:15 and there are not a lot more
Ah.
to be done on these in general. So.
And now we start panic painting. Son of a booger. Okay.
Just gotta like hint at all this guy's fur really quickly. I'm doing really big broad strokes to try and get his fur in there. I think I need lighter highlights. I'm gonna start throwing in some lighter highlights in here.
I'm going to hint at the teeth that you so graciously left for me.
It's okay.
And that's about all I got right there. Alright, so
I feel like I gotta darken up a lot of these mid-tones that are happening down here because they're really in shadow in the reference image. Also,
like
his
this
muzzle
color.
is looking a little funky. Did you just steal paint from my palette?
No.
Excuse me.
I really like the color that you mixed. I'm gonna try.
What color did you take? I didn't even see it.
don't know what it is, but it's whatever that darker color is. It looks so good. I need it for the nostrils. That's I was trying to figure out what you mixed here. Dang it!
God.
Oh.
Hey, hey, hey.
Fine.
Next time we're putting a board between you two so you can't see each other.
Huh. Actually, that'd be
We're
kind of
covering
fun.
the TV. I saw you look at it. 3, 2, 1.
Last one.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta get this mouth finished up. It has some really bright pinky flesh tones in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That Emmy has so graciously left for me to paint.
100%.
Kim, can you scoot?
Oh,
Happy panda.
let me move
Yeah.
this guy.
Is my head in this? Okay, no, good.
Where?
Oh wow, this is turning out. I like this. I feel like it's a good feeling when you can look at something and be like, you know what, this is going all right. Mm-hmm. And I just looked up on the camera and I was like, yeah, that looks like a red panda.
Next time we're bringing Ophelia and putting her right in the middle.
Oh, you want to talk about pure
That's
chaos?
The third, that would be the.
Is she just gonna stand in the
Chaos.
middle or is she gonna paint?
No, she's gonna paint,
Okay.
She's gonna add some abstract to.
but not her own. She's only gonna add to each of y'all.
She's just gonna reach over.
All
All right, anybody want to see that pure chaos?
She's gonna be
Please put that in the,
painting while we're painting on it. Oh my gosh.
yes. Put that in the comments if you want to see that.
That would be the real collaboration there.
Oh, man.
It's like we both have to paint on the
So
same
much
piece at
fun.
the same time.
I'm going to kind of destroy some of the brush marks that you put in here.
It's okay.
Just because I'm trying to get like a mid-tone. But it's not
I'm just trying to get this darker
quite
pink in the back of the mouth
there.
where his gums are showing. So I can get that nice shadow kind of built in there.
I need more mixing space. Mostly because I'm not cleaning my palette right now.
No, we have no time. Whoops, throwing brushes around.
Just tell me how you feel about it, really.
I think I have to get some darker shading done in these teeth.
Is this the last one? Or is this the... How many do we have?
Yeah, is this the last one?
Katie, is this the last one?
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, so we gotta finish this up.
10 minutes left in the show.
I mean, but we didn't start right away.
Who fought that?
Welcome to Jerry's Live. Here, let's start painting.
We gotta make sure we say hi.
Right? It's only been a month.
Is gouache sketchbook friendly?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, very.
absolutely. Just as much as watercolor is, gouache is incredibly friendly as sketchbook. It dries really, really fast. It doesn't stick to itself like acrylic does. So I'd say it's great for sketchbooks.
Oh, yeah. It's also, I mean, it was originally designed for illustration because it reproduces really, really well because it's nice, flat, and matte kind of finish. So it really does lend well to all that kind of multimedia friendly as well.
Just realized I gotta start getting all these little highlights in. And like his whiskers and stuff.
Oh,
I feel like I need a bit of a darker color right around his jaw, just so that it pops a bit more, and I get a bit more depth around his face. I have my rag actually sitting in my black paint right here.
whoops.
It's a very impressionistic red panda.
Wah.
I think it has to be.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna do something fun for the background real quick. I'm gonna actually just paint over all that green that you put in.
Oh.
And I'm going to make it pink.
Honestly, I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing with this decision. I support your decision.
Can't take it back now anyway. And it's mine.
that on TikTok, you would get 10 billion views.
If I did what on TikTok?
They just love when people look like they're messing up their painting. Like when Katie just looked up, she didn't know what you were saying. She's just like, whoop.
I have a lot of excess energy right now, Emmy. Do not try to fight me right now.
I was like, you want me to mess up Mot's?
Mine's working very hard on those teeth.
I am working very hard on these teeth.
Because I refused.
Look at those adorable teeth. Okay, I think I gotta get this nose a bit more blue.
Yeah.
He's got a very pale nose.
I kept trying to get back to it, and then I got distracted by other things.
Yeah.
100%.
I think I'm just gonna do a very light kind of glaze over top of this purple that you already have. And that's a little bit too dark. I might just take straight water and move this around a bit so I can get a bit more of that blue in without making it quite dark.
I feel like one of their names should be Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Yes! Just make
I feel
him
like
holding
you should
them.
be holding a marshmallow.
He should be holding a marshmallow. That's exactly what I was about to say.
He looks
No,
like
no,
the
no.
one that holds the cotton candy and goes
And
to
then-
wash it.
Oh no!
Video?
Yes!
It's my favorite.
It's so sad.
It makes me laugh so much.
I relate to that raccoon on a
yeah.
deep like existential layer.
It's the patting the ground. It makes me so happy.
Like what happened to it? That poor
I
little
just
guy.
want to know that somebody gave that poor baby
Oh, he
more.
finally got it. He finally figured out, don't wash this food.
I mean,
They're
yes,
smart.
but still.
He's just trying to be all tidy and clean.
I know,
Poor
and it
guy.
upsets me. I'm gonna just get rid of these leaves. These leaves do not exist. This is what I love about gouache. If you didn't like it, just paint over it. It's fine. Never happened.
Got a little bit more of this nose coming in. Not quite happy with it, but it's definitely getting to a place where I'm happier with.
And Mott's just looks like it told the best joke of its life.
Ha!
Yes. Okay, and I think we're running really close on time, so I'm gonna start getting some of these white whiskers in.
I'm just using whatever is on my palette to make a big old muddy mess. Like some kind of a mid-tone thing.
I gotta get some of these like little mustache whiskers he's got going on.
Yeah, how much time do we have left?
We're not telling you. That's not how this works.
What?
Less than 10 minutes.
That is not fair. I need you all to riot in the comments right now.
In the comments, tell
Tell
us.
them to tell us.
Comment it so loudly we can hear
They're
it.
suffering as much as we do.
But I want to know.
He's getting those nice wispy whiskers. And I gotta give him some eyebrow
I gotta
hairs
give
too.
my buddy some whiskers.
Oh my gosh,
too.
he's missing part of his head over here. This wasn't even painted in.
Nope.
Dang! Oh, that
Not
was
at
way too
all.
light.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like I gotta fill that in really fast with some quick, like...
No pressure, you have less than 10 minutes.
You are killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
Amanda! Come on!
You asked the wrong person to time you. That's all I'm saying.
You were the only one that offered, okay?
But honestly, they do have a lot that they are running through
Yes.
on the.
Oh,
On the
speaking of,
show.
did we mention the 4K thing?
So,
just FYI, if we're now streaming it on YouTube in 4K, so if it's not coming through as 4K, you can adjust your settings on the bottom of the video. You click the little gear and open it up, and it can make it so it can be 4K.
You can see Marshmallow in 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Facebook downgrades it a little bit. Nothing we can do about it, but
Yeah.
YouTube is.
But if you do go over to the YouTubes. Ooh, that was not what I wanted. Ha! Picked it up real fast. There we go.
Trying to soften some of the edges I put in here. Trying to shade a little bit. By just having my brush just has straight water on it that I'm going in here and like moving some of this paint around and softening some of the edges so they're not as crisp.
I gotta put some whiskers down here for the mouth. Maybe a couple of fingernail highlights because I never actually got back to that.
I think I'm gonna come back to his little nose. His little nose.
This is where we get quiet because we're panic painting. Seriously. There it is.
Brushes down. Down, Emmy.
He looks so polite.
Lisa. Some more.
He looks like he's clapping because he told a hilarious joke and made the other one laugh.
See,
Yay!
I wish I just
job.
had a little bit more time to come back in and like make this background a little more defined so that he stands out a bit more, because I feel like he's blending into our background a little bit.
I think it's
he's
great. I think
He's
it's
beautiful. Thank you.
lovely. All right, we did it. We did our paint swap challenge. This was so much fun.
It was. It's really quite.
Welcome back to Jerry's Live
Yes.
in 2024. The season has begun officially. And yeah, so if you guys have enjoyed that, it's not always just random painting challenges. Sometimes we do teach about techniques and materials. It's always a different kind of show. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Mutt, sometimes it's both. And
Sometimes
also-
we do suggestions from the chats as well.
Yes. We also do suggestions if you guys have shows that you have always been interested in seeing but not actually being able to find it. Go to our Facebook Live group where you guys can join for free. You do have to answer the one security question to get in. Robots are not allowed. I'm sorry, Amanda's phone. Even if you are a viewer. But yeah, so if you answer that one security question, we'll let you in. Then we usually sometimes poll if you guys have something that you've always wanted to see, or if you want to share your artwork there. If you want to attempt to paint Marshmallow, or what do we name?
I don't think we ever named him.
We need a name. Last minute name, guys.
Let us know in the chat.
Schmallow and
We still have Happy and Goofy and Felix and Oscar and Harry and Ralph.
I like
Or
Felix and
Face.
Oscar.
I like Oscar. Oscar.
I like Marshmallow.
Oscar and Marshmallow.
Listen, I have a cat named Nugget. I like food names immediately. Can't help it.
Yes.
Anyway, so if you want to do this painting on your own and you want to share it in the Facebook Live group, we would love to see your paintings. We always enjoy seeing your work as well. Or if you have any questions about gouache show and we don't get to them here while we're live, you can always put them in the chat and we will always go back and check the chat at later times.
But next week is gonna be a Mott show. That's me, Mott. And we're gonna be picking up with how we left off with perspective drawing last year. So if you didn't watch that episode, don't worry, you'll be able to watch this one without any context. It's gonna be a class on advanced perspective drawing, so I'm gonna be tackling how to draw a whole scene with people in perspective and like a street and everything to show you guys how you can start putting all the techniques that we talked about previously together. So if you wanna check that out, meet us up next week.
And if you do want to get caught up on the other perspective show, you can always watch it in between now and then because all of our shows are always live and or they always live on YouTube, not always live.
Yes.
That'd be weird. Just
We're
constantly
always
ready.
here.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys so much for
welcome
coming.
back to the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.